So we are now just about 1 year out from the passing of the 2025 bond referendum. I'm here with Mr. Mark Lemaire, our construction manager, to give a quick update on the progress. So, question one for you, Mark. We know that the projects to complete Horace High School and Heritage Middle School are well underway. Can you give us an update on those to start us off today?
Sure. So the Heritage Middle School project is kind of our first big complete project. We had a budget set for that project, a little over 22 million. Bids coming in actually around 17 million. So we've adjusted our budget down by about 5.5 million on that project. It is currently under construction. It will have a phased completion. So a small portion of the project, some areas around the gym and music addition will be done hopefully for the fall of 26. And then the balance of the project completed for the fall of 2027. Okay. Horace High School, the portion of that project that's actually completed was the fit up of second floor area E. In the original construction, that was shelled space. We had to fit it up for classroom space, and that was complete essentially for use for the beginning of second semester.
Okay, that's a lot of progress in a short amount of time. Second question I have for you, Mark, is we've seen the updated renderings for South Elementary School. When is that project starting?
So we actually started work at South Elementary this past summer with the completion of an inclusive playground. The playground area that existed at South is going to be used for the contractors during construction for their laydown area, parking, storing materials. Eventually that will become a parking lot. And so to get a jump on that work, we we built for them a new inclusive playground. The project itself bids tomorrow, on January 27th, where we'll be opening bids for the construction of the next phases at South, which include the new addition and then all the renovations. That will be a multi-year project and essentially completed in 2028.
So for that South Elementary project, we had to request the city of West Fargo to rezone that area of South Elementary School. So did that allow us to do anything different than before?
So we actually, as a standard now, have been rezoning our properties when we do major projects. Most of our facilities are zoned to the public use zoning, but some of them have been zoned residential because of the age of them. Ladone was one, South is one. Their zoning predated the public zoning in the city. By zoning them as public, then we can take advantage of setbacks and building requirements that are more in line with public school buildings, not residential construction.
Okay, very good. Well, stay on the playground topic, but the inclusive playground at the Early Childhood Center was the first project in the 2025 referendum that was completed. So can you share a little bit about that project?
Yeah, so the referendum included this inclusive playground at the Early Childhood Center. The idea is to make our play spaces much more inclusive by putting down surfaces that can support students that have physical or mobility impairments. And ultimately, the goal is to roll that out kind of district-wide. So we started at the Early Childhood Center. We actually have systems in place now at Brooks Harbor, where we partnered with the West Fargo Park District, and at South Elementary, but ultimately doing that at all of our elementaries over the next few years. The staff and the learners at that facility kind of love their new playground. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback also from Brooks and South about the inclusive nature of those playgrounds. That project was under budget also and was done in the course of the summer. So it was kind of a win for us.
Yeah, this key is it was under budget as well. And we know our learners just love it, right? All right. Additional question for you, Mark. Any other projects starting soon, which we know there are? So can you take us through a few of those, please?
Sure. Well, and so I already mentioned Horace High School, but the big expansion of Horace High School will be bidding in March. And so that project will start this coming spring. Again, multi-year kind of a project. But that will be kind of the big expansion of Horace High School. The fit-up that we did this summer was only gained them 5 classrooms. So this is to expand them to be comparable to West Fargo High School and Cheyenne High School. And then we have some additional projects that were related to special education, additional security, other changes that were in the referendum. And we're going to be doing kind of phase 1 of 3 phases related to that construction. That will start also this summer. And then we'll have another project the summer of 27 and summer of 28.
Very good. Last question for you today. So we know we've been able to take advantage of a few opportunities to lower our borrowing costs, which of course in turn saves us money, which is a win for all of us. So can you run us through what that means ultimately for our taxpayers?
Sure. So as a part of our planning, we worked with our bond financial advisors to come up with some modeling for what the debt will look like. And that included making some estimates on what the interest costs would be. We did sell $60 million in debt this past fall. And because we had an improved bond rating, our interest costs were considerably less than what we had planned for in the referendum. So over the course of paying off that debt, we'll save millions of dollars in interest for our taxpayers. The ultimate goal is to really reduce as much as possible the financial impact of this referendum. So the board has also committed to essentially, with some of the savings that we've had on some of these projects, not issuing that debt either, which will also lower the impact on our taxpayers.